everything. It's already done.
Oh, cool.
Let's see, does it show up here?
But what if you have to censor it? Just kidding.
Hopefully that.
Let's
Live.
start playing copyrighted
Okay, yeah.
music.
All right, we are live. Cave Boys football podcast. When was the last time we were live? A while ago, right? So first time in a long
Been a
time.
while.
Well, there was that one video, the
Uh,
coleslaw.
yeah, yeah. That was the almost
Yeah.
podcast
Beautiful.
that fell through.
Beautiful song.
That was such a banger of a song.
Hubs couldn't make it that night.
So sad.
Then we almost had to meet Tim Fuzz, but then Tim went AWOL. Then I made the song.
Tim is a tough guy to track down.
Yeah, once you have him on the
He's
hook,
probably making
if you
some
let him off the
trades.
hook, it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta corner him, give him no other options,
Yep.
and then just enjoy the time that he's there.
Yeah, couldn't get him tonight. We'll have to get him another time.
Yeah.
We just finished the rookie draft, a couple weeks ago? Pretty hype.
Yeah.
Jai, what are your opening thoughts about the draft?
It's a fun little class. I think the first round is mostly pretty chalk. I mean, towards the end of the first, you get players that could have gone in or out. Like I thought Caleb Johnson, Luther Burden. Oh, I thought Caleb Johnson or Luther Burden could have been in the first. And Matthew. I mean, they could have switch swapped, but yeah, it was interesting. Not a whole lot of trades.
I thought there were quite a few trades. Just me being like an observer, I didn't have very many picks.
Oh, I meant in the first round.
Well, Zane got he got the 106. He traded
I forgot about trading into that house.
And then you got
draft,
Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there are at least a couple.
And then
Buzz
Fuzz traded in for the Loveland pick before the draft from Help.
Right. Yeah, there were some trades before the draft, but during the draft, like the day of first round trades, there was my 107 traded for Cam Ward, and then there was the 112 that was traded.
Yeah, I think Fuzzy had acquired that, and then he traded it to Tim there when Tim really wanted Harvey.
Yep. Yeah. What do you guys think about Travis Hunter going 102? I've seen Hampton go 102 a lot in drafts, and Hunter go like 3.
I guess
maybe
Tim
even
really
4.
likes Travis Hunter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty spicy.
Talented player. For fantasy, I'm just a little worried about injuries, I think, and then I don't know how they'll use him specifically when Brian Thomas is there. I mean, he'll probably be used on a lot of like yards after the catch plays.
Right. It's unlikely that he'll be the one, but I mean, maybe he could be a 1A, 1B type of situation. But yeah, the injury, if he plays on defensive snaps, it is more concerning because he doesn't have the biggest frame. He's 6 feet 190.
Yeah, I think he's riskier than Hampton, but yeah, could go either way. He could become one of the best receivers. He's got some talent.
Oh yeah.
Do you think Genty was just a clear 101, or any other player could, like, after the end of the year, could be like, oh, Genty wasn't actually the best player, it could be a different player?
Hard to imagine, even looking at it in the future.
like last year, everyone was taking Marv first, but now it's like Malik potentially the better pick, very close. And then the year before that, Bijan and Gibbs, they're kind of equal. Whereas this year, it feels like Genty was the clear 101, but maybe someone can clear him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty rare that the 101 is just gonna be the best player. Like, it's just hard to predict that stuff.
Yeah.
But Genty will probably be a top three player, I would imagine, and he could be the best. But I wouldn't be too surprised if, like, I don't know, like Tet McMillan or I don't know,
or even like
somebody else,
Henderson or Judkins. I don't know.
Yeah, if they emerge.
Yeah, like I would think Hampton or maybe even Travion.
Yeah, Hampton.
For fantasy, become more valuable.
Right.
but I don't know.
But
Kind of hard to beat. Even GNT's landing spot.
Yeah, he got a great landing spot, and he should translate so well. I feel like injury is the only way he just like busts. But
I think running backs too. It's like 80% hit rate or something in first round.
Yeah, I mean he's got really good draft capital, so it'd have to be, I don't know, like, didn't Leonard Fournette get even better draft capital, and wasn't
he the 101 in the year he was in? But it was also like McCaffrey in that year and a lot of other.
I'm sure he was, yeah, because I think he was drafted at like the 104 or like the 4th pick in the actual NFL draft. I wouldn't say he's a bust, but he definitely didn't live up to the pick, right?
He didn't have very good longevity.
He had injuries.
He was a pretty good start to his career. Then declined pretty fast. I like.
Yeah. Did you guys make any offers for Genty?
I did not.
I thought about it, but I decided I wasn't the team for it. I'd have to give up too much, and I'm too thin.
Yeah, I made some, but didn't get any deals done.
It's hard to wow Kelp. Plus, I'm thinking for next year, anyways. So, yeah.
It is hard to wow Kelp, at least for me.
I'm sure Fuzzy tried to get him too.
Oh, but Fuzz finds his way in the first round.
He got some other toys from Kelp's team. He got White Boys.
We needed Kelp on here to hear about his invoice or inbox for the 101.
Yeah. Well,
spill the tea.
Like Fuzz got McConkey. That's one of Kelp's favorites. That was pretty spicy.
Oh yeah.
Like a win-win for both sides. If Kelp wants more depth, and Fuzzy has a shiny toy on his lineup. Lad seems so good.
Yeah, it's tough after 1 year because they could have a really good year one and then regress, or
I was pleasantly surprised seeing Fuzzy get swindled. Just kidding. It was pretty fair.
He got swindled because everyone knows Lad's the wide receiver 2 on that team now. With
fantasy, he could become insane though. So I think it's Trey Harris. Yeah,
Kelp was wowed by Trey Harris, I guess.
Yeah.
He got him from
He'll
Zane,
never have
right?
McConkey's value, I don't think. But
yeah, because I had the 203, and then I traded up one spot to get Burden, and then Zane had the 203 and traded Kelp.
That was an interesting trade. Yeah, Kelp traded a first to get like the 203. Adonai Mitchell. I know Kelp loved Adonai Mitchell. Some other pieces. So he's really all in on that Trey Harris.
What do you guys think is like the most value in the first round for the pick? Like maybe if a player fell that you thought wasn't going to be there. Like maybe
I think
like Loveland at 110 versus Warren at 108, or
Loveland at 110 is the first one, I would say.
Yeah,
and then maybe Igbuka. Even though I think it's kind of his ADP, I just think it's a good, really, really good value to get a receiver like that at 109.
Right. Yeah, Igbuka could be really good in the future. I don't think he's going to put up a lot of points this year just because of Evans and Godwin, but he could surprise me. Baker's cooking.
Hub should have gone double tight end right there. Get both. Got both of them.
Oh, he could have, yeah.
That would have been nice. I would have liked that. Fun.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Igbuka seems solid, but maybe he doesn't have like a high ceiling as a receiver. But maybe he'll get a lot of volume. Maybe not this year, next year.
I think Igbuka has a really high floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the ceiling, he may. I was reading or watching something. It seemed like it was saying like he might not have what it takes to be the one on a team, but he's like a really solid 2. But maybe he can be the one. I'm not sure.
Like a Devonta Smith or something.
Yeah, but like as a 2, he's really solid.
They pass quite a bit. Godwin's always been the 2, and he's put up wide receiver 1 seasons.
Right. So yeah, he as long as he's paired with somebody else, he could thrive. And maybe has what it takes to be the one and thrive as well. So I like the pick. I was definitely considering it, the 107.
You got a good trade in there, so I didn't need to consider it too much, I guess.
Yep. I mean, but the trade only happened the day of. Like, I was leading up to it. I was thinking, do I want Ward? Do I want Igboka? Do I want Harvey? It felt early for Harvey, but
Why do you feel about Cam Ward, Tyler? You seem to like him.
I was just feeling it. No, it wasn't a deep dive or anything. I knew I liked him, and I was like, if I'm gonna get him, it's gotta be now. He's gonna disappear pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I was willing to pay high for him.
Oh yeah.
Yep. What do you guys think is like the biggest reach in the first? Like,
well, I think probably Travis Hunter at the 102 is probably the biggest reach. I guess that opinion can range from person to person.
Yeah,
Just for me, it felt like a big reach just because he's more of a question mark. Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter, Warren, Golden, and Harvey, perhaps. I know some people have like Caleb Johnson, Burden over Golden, Harvey, and Hunter at the 102 might be a little early. And then I'm sure some people have Loveland over Warren with the draft capital and such. I know the Bears is pretty crowded right now, but
some people don't like Warren either because of the landing spot with
AR and yeah.
I'd agree with most of those. Yeah, Matthew Golden was a player I wanted to try to trade in and try to draft.
Yeah,
but
Golden is really interesting because he's so fast. He had a really good final season in college.
His last games, he was blowing up. I just love his releases at the line. He's quick.
Yeah,
I think he could be special.
I think it's tough on Green Bay because it does seem like Jordan Love tends to spread the ball around a lot.
I think it's kind of the LaFleur offense. He really doesn't like to feature a certain target to pepper.
Right. So even if Golden is really good, if he's only getting like 5-6 targets a game and catching, say, 4 or 5 of them or something, it's his ceiling might be capped just because the kind of offense he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, if he is really, really good, they'll probably be forced to use him to try to win games. So he might, get his anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if he's insanely good, sure.
Because the other receivers don't stand out too much. Like, who's the receiver you had, Tyler? You said he'd for 2/4. You almost traded him.
3/4. Jaden Reed.
Yeah, just like he kind of disappears sometimes. Kind of wonder.
He started off strong last year and then just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
They kind of use him in a certain way. They kind of, I don't know, they have a strategy behind their players. Use Watson to stretch the field, and then Romeo's kind of the 2 and contested catch guy, and then they put Reed in the slot. And they also use him on, return punts. They use Reed to run end arounds. Kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed really valuable at the beginning of the last year. Now it's like, what's his value now? We'll see.
Well, because players that they have so much like potential value, but the longer you see them play, it's like that potential it starts to go away in general, just because like the likelihood that they're gonna turn it around is just decreasing in general because you've seen more of their play.
Yeah.
It's all football talk. I know, like, Jaden Reed's agent asked the Packers what the deal was with them drafting a receiver in, I think, the 1st and 3rd rounds.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they're like, "Oh, you're still our wide receiver 1, whatever that means."
Yeah.
Even though LaFleur hates calling people wide receiver
coach speak. Yeah, he hates wide receiver 1s.
For the 2nd round, what are you guys' thoughts on it?
Trey Harris, best pick on the whole round.
Trey Harris is the steal.
I'm just kidding.
Caleb Johnson is the steal for me. I was pretty surprised he won the 1st. I think he's pretty good, and Pittsburgh's a great landing spot. It's one of the safer running backs, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Burden at 2-2 is good value for what he could potentially be.
I was looking for another RB, and I felt like Harvey is gonna probably put up more than Johnson this year. But Johnson long term, I think, has probably more potential than Harvey.
He's 2 years
But
younger.
yeah, and being 2 years younger, but it's like the Denver offense is good. Pittsburgh offense, like,
Yeah.
who's even the quarterback right now? Like,
Mhm.
it's either like the win now play or the longer term play. I was trying to get the 201, but I just didn't get a deal done. So
Yeah, and age
but got
might
one
not
done.
matter a lot. If you get 3 years of Harvey or 3 years of Johnson, it's kind
Yeah.
of the same thing.
So
After
something
that,
interesting with
who knows?
yeah,
Go ahead.
something interesting with Harvey is he still is like, even though he is a bit older, he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear because he was a quarterback.
Oh, really?
And he's a quarterback converted to running back.
Hmm.
And
He's a
because of
short
that,
quarterback. Yeah.
yeah, short quarterback. But I've listened to some interviews, and he was saying that, like, he feels like his vision is better than most running backs just because he was a quarterback, so he can read defenses um, just better than a standard running back just because he played quarterback for however many years he played. So he was trained on reading defenses like running backs usually wouldn't be trained to.
I also love his like low center of gravity
Mm. And his
power.
thighs
Yeah,
are
his thighs are
huge
so
too.
huge. Yeah, he also overcame a pretty big injury in college too, but it came back
Oh yeah,
strong. That's why he came out older this class.
right.
One steal in the second round might be the last pick. Milrow with Hubert.
Mm,
If Darnold
Oh yeah.
It's an
flames
interesting
out,
one, yeah.
Milrow goes in there, rushing ability and all that.
Oh yeah. And
I was gonna take him
Milrow's
if he
really
went a little bit
interesting.
later, but I thought in the second round it was too rich for me.
He just has a ceiling.
Yeah,
If he
he
gets
could be a fantasy
opportunity.
cheat code if he gets that opportunity.
Yeah. How about Jai? How about that Cam Scatabo pick at the
Did
2-5?
you trade for that
I'm
pick?
probably the highest in the league for Scatabo. I just love Scatabo. I think he's
I
gonna be good
I love his highlights,
despite
and
all the hate.
I think he was really productive in college. I think he's really good at receiving. His yards per route run was the highest of any running back at like 1.9, which is
Yeah,
pretty high.
yeah. I think I understand the hate with the slow 40 time and everything. I think it was like 4.65 or
Yeah.
something. But I like his contact balance. He like you said, he worked in the receiving game.
Mhm.
Power runner. I think what's his name? Tyrone Tracy. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen in New York, but I like their offensive coach. I think him and Tyrone will complement each other well.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think 40 time is a bit overrated, especially for like a running back, and a power back at that, because I was looking at
I
his
think
10-yard
Josh Jacobs
split.
and David Montgomery have like very similar 40 times.
Mhm. I was looking at his 10-yard split, and it was really close to. I think it was pretty close to Genti, if I recall. Because like you got like a 10-yard, 20-yard, and 40-yard, and it's like with each, like the 10-yard, it's really close to like other RBs, and then the 20 is a little slower, and then the 40 is a bit slower. So he's fast enough at the 10 yards, and as long as the line is decent and he's working with the offense there, I feel like he should, and given all his power, I feel like I could see him averaging like 4 to 4.5 yards a carry and just powering guys over, doing good in the receiving game too. Gets dump offs.
Yeah, I know Marshawn Lynch likes him.
Mm-hmm.
I also like I don't know, players that in college entire teams have to kind of like plan around and they still can't stop them. Like Gianti was Boise State's entire offense. Teams knew what he was going to do and they still couldn't stop him.
Right.
Even against strong teams like Oregon. Arizona State was not thought of as like a good team this last year, and Scatterboot was most of their offense. Took them into the college football playoff, and they almost beat Texas. Went into overtime.
He'll be a hype player to watch for sure.
He could, yeah. I mean, anything's possible. He could just be like a fullback.
Yeah. A fun player to have on your team for sure. Jason from the Footballers loves Scadaboo as well. He's a big Scadaboo guy.
Oh yeah. All right, so correction. Genty didn't run at the combine, so I don't have his pre-draft measurables. But for Hampton, the 10-yard split difference was 0.04 second. It was 1.54 for Hampton and 1.58 for Scadabo. So pretty close. For the 10-yard.
Okay.
Gotcha. I like Burke's pick of Jack Besh there at the 2-7.
Yeah.
He's a fun wide receiver. It's not like Vegas has a lot of receivers. I mean, they got Bowers, obviously, but Jacoby Myers is kind of their one for the receiver room. Get in there and get some targets.
He might get some volume fast. Maybe I'll trade him, or I'll just keep him. We'll see what happens to him. But it'd be cool if he gets some opportunity really early on.
If he drops 30 points week 1, what are you gonna do?
I'll try to trade him.
This is the way. Yeah, I also like Kyle Williams. I was trying to trade in for him, but
he seems like he's gotten a lot of hype.
Yeah, he could definitely be
the one for
May for the future, which was what I was trying to do, but can't get everything you want.
Well, the one is already Stephon Diggs. He'll be there for another 5-10 years.
Well, maybe for this year, but like, I don't know. Even like Julio's rookie year, he was behind. Was it Devin White or I can't remember who it was? Roddy White.
Jai, if you took Williams at the 205, where do you think Scadabo falls to?
He probably just goes right away. I mean, I thought he was. I thought about it. I was trying to trade him at the 208 to Zane, and he took him and then sent me because he had the 209 too. He sent me a counter offer for like a similar price, and I just took it because I wanted Samson too.
I say
Samson. He's behind Judkins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why did you want Samson so much?
I just like him. He's fun. Quick. He was good at Tennessee. He had a lot of yards.
Mm-hmm.
They had a good offensive line, but I don't know. I think him and Judkins could be like a 1-2 kind of a Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb kind of a thing.
Yeah. It's too bad Nick Chubb is pretty much done.
And with my strategy now, I have my a lot of wide receivers. I'm trying to just kind of shotgun approach running back at this point. As you can see, my draft was a bunch just late round running backs.
Oh yeah, I think you and Zane took the most RBs, if I recall. Zane took a whole bunch.
Yeah, Zane filled his RB need, that's for sure, with some nice picks.
What do you guys think of that third round? Steal of the draft at the 301.
Uten. He could definitely be. I mean, new regime in Jacksonville. People aren't high on Etienne right now.
Was he a 4th or 5th round pick? What was he?
4th. He was like one pick before Scadabo, I think.
Oh.
In the NFL draft. They were basically the same pick. For like
I know he has a fumbling issue. I'm pretty sure didn't he fumble his first practice? And
he fumbled in one of his practices.
Hopefully he can fix that.
Yeah. If he can fix that, I could see him being really good. But if he's fumbling in games, it's going to be really hard to not have him be benched, probably from the coaches. So it's a tough one.
Is Trevor Etienne? Is that Travis Etienne's brother? Any lore on him?
Yeah. It's his
brother. Yeah.
With the Panthers.
Seems like the third round is like the first couple rounds have the most hits, obviously, and the third is like it's where you get like
one hit,
maybe 1, 2, maybe 1 or 2 hits probably, and then the 4th and 5th it's like less than 1 generally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
it's tough.
Taking Neal in the Saints running back room. Hoping some fresh legs get in there. Hunter getting in the Rams running back room. It's nice to have that Sean McVay offense. And taking shots on like tight ends. Jalen Royals on the Chiefs is interesting if he can fill in that Rashee Rice role if Rice isn't 100%.
Right. Yeah. A lot of RBs in the third.
Yeah.
Seven of them.
Was RB the most drafted position? I didn't count. Just looking at the green, looks like it's the most.
I think it's either
close.
RB or wideout. Yeah.
Yeah, RB. I mean, it's a strong running back class.
Right.
Plus, yeah, a lot of running backs did get drafted in this year's class.
I don't know. Well, what do you guys think is the steal of the third, or your favorite pick of the third?
This home team bias, just Arroyo, the tight end. Hopefully he does well in the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, Arroyo was a player I wanted. I was hoping that Milroe was going to fall down there. I could get Milroe.
That would have been nice, yeah.
But Hunter got him there right at the end of the second round. So it looks like Hunter would have got him at the 302 anyways if he liked Milroe too. So if I wanted a Milroe, I would have had to get more aggressive. But I was fine getting Arroyo, and you know, he's athletic, and the Seahawks talk highly of him. I'm just like, why not? He's had pretty bad knee injuries, unfortunately, but if he can stay healthy, he could be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's third round. It's like we're starting to get into the dart throws. You know, that back that went to San Francisco. If McCaffrey has more trouble, seems like any back that goes to San Francisco, you just want.
Yeah, they're gonna get some play time. They'll get their opportunity.
Jaden Blue in Dallas. I mean,
it's pretty wide open. They have they have Javonte now.
Javonte and Miles Sanders.
Sanders.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Blue hits the ground running, maybe he could take over that backfield. Be interesting.
Dak is probably throwing the ball a lot this year.
Yeah, Pickens and Lamb.
And no
A.O. Manner's interesting. With I think I like rookie wide receivers that go in with rookie quarterbacks. He's a Stanford wide receiver. And then Tim already traded him to Fuzz, so there you go.
There you go. All right, 4th and 5th round. Any standouts? You got Sanders at the 4-4.
Yeah, Shitter's the obvious standout. I mean, he could definitely become the starter, and you get like a starting quarterback in the 4th round.
I was pretty hyped to get Bryant, the wide receiver for Denver, at the 4-9, because he's the 3rd round pick in the NFL draft, and I was like, wow, he really fell. And I traded him to Cat, of course, recently, but this Cat really wanted him. But I considered keeping him because I like the offense. I like Bo Nix. I like what they're doing there, but just hard to turn down that getting Connor and Tua. So
yeah, for sure.
Any other standouts you guys see?
Corey Horton, Seattle's interesting, wide receiver.
Horton, yeah.
I don't know much about him, but Smith, Kansas City, it's like not a loaded running back room by any means.
I heard Horton's really good at a special teamer. That's probably why he'll be a lot special teams. I don't know if he'll.
I thought it was like a speedster. Like, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
But for fantasy, I'm not sure he'll be worth anything unless surprise happens. Help with the reach on Tesla, the Sus Lions draft.
I like Tesla. Yeah. He didn't even know he was white. He was just Kelp's just attracted.
Yeah,
he just knows.
He doesn't need to check. He just knows.
Who wanted Tesla more, the Lions or Kelp? They both.
Kelp did. For your guys' best ball, M. Evans. Niles might confuse M. Evans with Mike Evans.
He switched to tight end, Mike Evans.
Yeah, because they're both M. Evans.
That is funny.
Yeah. Berg, I saw you took Isaiah Bond at the 5'10", and he's currently not on a team.
Uh-oh. Didn't even know.
Yeah, he had
he went
some
to
like
Texas.
legal stuff.
He has character issues. Basically, he didn't get drafted,
Yeah.
and he's still unsigned.
If he didn't have the character issues, where do you guys think or Jai, where do you think he would go? Like 4th or 5th?
For in the actual NFL draft?
Yeah.
It's hard to know.
Oh.
Probably.
I haven't watched any tape on him.
Matthew Golden kind of popped off after Bond got hurt. I mean, Bond came into the combine and was like, "I'm gonna run the fastest 40.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get into the 4.10s." And then you run like a 4.39 or something, and it was like, "Oh, that's good, but not what you were saying you were gonna get by any means." Like,
yeah,
he says PR was like a 4.24 or something.
I'm sure it was a hand timer.
Xavier Worthy tweeted like, "Respect your elders."
Oh yeah.
After.
That's funny.
So I mean, you hear tweets like that. You hear about the character issues, the legal issues, and you're like, teams didn't draft him either. I don't know.
Well,
but Antonio Brown had a career, so
he did.
Kind of like Dylan Gabriel in the 5th too. It's like shot on a quarterback in the 5th.
Yeah,
also,
that's like
Tyler Shuck and the Saints. It's like just between him and Rattler now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just saw a potential starter, and he was he was 3rd round pick in the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, could be the next Russ, maybe. Who knows, right? Russ was in the 3rd.
I couldn't get myself to draft him because of that. I think it's the combine throw. He threw like this awful throw where the ball like slips out of his hands and it just misses the receiver by 10 yards. This blooper throw that went like viral.
He got the bad throw out. Now he's going to focus on improving. Yeah. It's really like with the NFL, it's really like how much can you improve, right? Like Devontae Adams was like one of the lowest rated wideouts, I think by Pro Football Focus, like almost like ever at the time. Like, I don't know, he was like bottom 5 or bottom 10 or something. And he started out pretty bad, like for their grading, and then he just kept getting better until he became like, top 5 receiver. So you never know what someone's ceiling is.
Yeah, most of these 5th round players are just nobodies that'll never do anything in our league. So they're the peanut boys.
Except for M. Evans, because Tem drafted him.
True.
Tem knows how to draft those late.
Who did Zane draft in the 5th? Because waiting for the next Puka.
That's true. Zane and Tem have that late round magic.
Mm-hmm.
Zane didn't draft in the 5th, looks like.
No Puka this year.
But he did draft Brooks, running back Cincinnati, at the 411. But not Puka. Yep. Yeah, it was a fun draft.
I was mostly a spectator, but I had a couple picks at least.
Yeah.
I think first impressions, I like Zane's draft quite a lot for this team needs and just the players he got. A lot of them are like players I like too. It's always wild to me how many like picks he'll have and how much space he still has on his team. He has a deep team. I also liked Kevin's team or his draft quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He gets Ted. He gets Matthew Golden, who I'm also high on.
Mm-hmm. Berg, I think you can, if you click on the arrow in the bottom right, you can pull up people's individual draft, the up arrow. Bottom right, the second one. Yeah, and then if you click on...
If I click their name, everything highlights.
I see. If you click their name, okay. I think I was doing it on the phone. Okay. Yeah, so Bakes, he's got McMillan, Higgins, or McMillan, Golden, Higgins, Neal, Blue, Sanders, Gadsden, and
Jaden Higgins could be good if he's like number 2 with Nico. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
Zane got 6, 7 running backs.
Yep, all the RBs.
And 3 like top tier running backs.
Yeah, he's probably set for RBs for a while.
Yep. He never traded for one, but he did draft a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Narwhal's has 1 pick. Tootin'.
It's the steal. It's the best pick of the draft.
And the Cat has 1 pick. It was
oh yeah.
Arian Smith.
Oh yeah.
That's the Puka right there. The
yep,
one Cat pick.
Cat got his Puka. I like how people are gonna be chasing Puka for 20 years and it may never happen again.
Yeah. I feel like Hub's draft is kind of sleepy, but it could turn out good. We'll see.
Yeah, it's like Hampton puts up points now. Warren puts up points now. Agbuka may put up points now. Taylor, I don't know. Maybe a few points. Milrow, probably not putting up points right now. And then all the other darts, who knows? But
so like if Warren had a different landing spot, it could be more exciting. But the Colts feel kind of sleepy.
But I mean, Hubs is probably going to be like tanking for trying to get that top 3 pick again. Hopefully, I don't think he can get the 101, but he could get the 102 maybe. If he can get the 102, it'd be a big dub for him.
Yeah.
But he'll probably get the 103, which is still good. And then he'll probably start putting his team together after that, I would imagine, to compete again. But who knows?
And Tim's draft was a little bit sus. I don't know. Travis Hunter, roll the dice. I don't know. Question mark.
Mm-hmm. I think Tim's trying to compete this year.
Yeah.
He's hoping that Hunter is hot right out of the gate. Same with Harvey putting up points for win now, and then Dart, I don't think is really a win now piece, and the rest are just dart throws. But
he just traded Dart for Goff, right?
I guess Tim got Thornton too in the 5th, so watch out.
But did you see that CNL's draft?
Well,
that was exciting.
He skipped the draft because he knows that it's a bad draft, so he's gonna have the last laugh when most of the players bust.
I wonder if he even opened the app one time to look at it. He just didn't even need to check. 0 picks.
Yeah, he just knew that most of the players are gonna bust. So
that Cat draft, he came alive late and was just begging to get in.
Oh yeah,
he offered me. He wanted a 4th round. He offered me a 4th round 3 years later.
Oh yeah,
can you believe that value? It was. I can't believe I declined it.
Yeah, I think he did the same with me for the 409 with what's the Browns 3rd or 4th string now? Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
Ford. He offered me Ford and I think a 27 4th for the 409, and I declined it because I was taking Bryant, who Cat wanted to take. Which I didn't know at the time that Cat wanted, but it didn't wow me. But yeah, overall good draft. I think it's pretty interesting, and now we're 1 year closer to our super flex in 27.
That's two drafts away, right?
Yeah, 2 drafts away.
Okay. 2027, that's the Cat draft. He's building for that draft. That's the year of the Cat.
Yeah, Ryan Williams.
Yeah, but yeah, so next year it's going to be it's still 1 QB, but the following year is super flex, so QBs are probably going to be going off higher next year.
Yeah.
I'd imagine because in Superflex, I think Cam Ward typically went anywhere from the 102 to the 104 for a 12 team.
Okay. Hopefully next year is better quarterbacks too. This year is pretty sleepy for quarterbacks.
Probably be a little better. It depends if Manning declares or not, and then what other quarterbacks emerge next year.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of tough because last year,
so many good ones.
There were so many quarterbacks picked early. You got Caleb, then at 101, then Jane Daniels at the 2, and Drake May at the
JJ.
3. Yeah. And you got JJ McCarthy at the 10, and you got Bo Nix at the 12. Like
Penix.
Oh, and Penix the 8. That's right.
Yeah,
How did I forget?
Yeah, it was six quarterbacks in the first 12.
Quarterbacks. It's unheard of.
And none of them have really
as a legendary
busted
class
per se as of yet. I mean, they all had a pretty good run, and Bo Nix as well in the second round.
Yeah,
I forget when he got drafted in the first round, but was he a first round pick? I think he was.
He was with the 112 by Denver.
112, and I got him at the 305.
Wow,
I was really trying to get him that early third round, and I thought someone else was going to scoop him up.
I guess he was the steal of that draft. Looking back at it,
it's pretty good value, for sure.
Should we go ahead and do some power rankings this year?
Sure.
For the teams.
Yeah.
So favorites, who's going to win this year? Who's contending? Who's trying to contend? ? And then just the tankers. I think the clear favorites are what Klein, Fuzz, and maybe Zane. Did you guys have any? You guys have like any number one? You had to pick one favorite? Who would you pick? I would go with Clyde because he's the most recent champ. And then it's close with Fuzz, but I think Clyde's team got stronger, and then Fuzz's team got stronger. But I would go with Clyde. What would you go with, Jay? Maybe Clyde.
Clyde's by a hair, just for the starters if they're all healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde, you pick yourself or just opt out? You don't want to jinx yourself.
I'd be biased if I said it, but I gotta believe in my team. Yeah. I mean, it was close last year against Fuzz, but CeeDee Lamb was on the bench hurt.
True.
And I still was able to beat him. So I would lean myself by a hair, sure. But,
and Fuzz will have McCaffrey this year, right? So that'll be interesting.
If he's healthy, but I got Derrick Henry now.
Yep.
And I got Achane, so if Achane stays healthy and Henry stays healthy and they both perform, my RBs are going to be way stronger than last year.
Yeah, that'll be quite interesting. Part of the reason I tanked was because I felt the top was like way too heavy to compete with. I could try. I mean, I could get to the playoffs with my team, but the last couple of years, my ceiling wasn't very high. So it's like, I mean, I may as well try to tank now versus wait. All my team is even older. I won't get anything for them. Not that I haven't gotten a lot, but like my odds of winning were pretty low with Fuzz and Clyde. It was too dominant, and then Zane too.
Yeah.
So I decided to throw in the towel. But I know some teams are still fighting. Tim's fighting, Kelp's fighting, and you got a chance.
I think at the moment I would almost put Zane in a tier between favorites and contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't done too much in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He still has a lot of picks. Like, he's kind of slow burning his team, or he's building up like this juggernaut team that every year it's getting stronger, but he hasn't really gone like all in. Like Fuzzy and I have pretty much gone like all in, like trading all our picks away or trading, certain players away. Like just for trying to get more win now players.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Zane could be in the favorites if he traded some of his firsts for like, I don't know, like if he tried to get like Tyron from Kelp or something, or like I'm trying to think of some other.
Yeah, maybe at the trade deadline,
players.
Maybe he can make a move.
Sure.
He can monitor who's doing well in the season.
Yeah, just if there's an RB this year, let's say like Bucky or someone that is the number 1 RB this year. Help us Bucky too, but
it hasn't been Zane's style. Maybe he'll switch it up. We'll see.
right.
I doubt
But
he'll make any trades.
But if Zane does that, I think he would move in the favorites for me if he does that. But at the moment, as long as he still does that, like he makes playoffs, but then his team, anything could happen in the playoffs. But without really going like all in or mostly all in, I think it just puts him
he's definitely
slightly
still a
below
strong contender and could win.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess he's just not quite at the level you guys are, but he's close. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some great players in Puka, Josh Allen, Trey McBride, Brian Thomas, and then just a lot of value players.
Yeah. I mean, his big versus RB, and it could very well be a strong RB team this year for him with his picks.
Right.
Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah, if his RBs are, really, it depends. If his even 2 out of 3 of his RBs are like RB1 seasons,
that's
he's
scary.
probably in the favorite tier. But if they're RB2s or RB3s, like he probably isn't in. He's probably just a step behind.
And he's got McBride, who's pretty fire, and then Kincaid has been kind of sleepy. We'll see if he changes things. I tried to sell him Hawkinson, but he didn't bite. I thought if he had like Hawkinson and McBride, that could be pretty good for him. But maybe he's just going to rely on McBride. Who's like the number 1 contender? Do you guys have any? Who's the number 1 contender outside of Kalaipa, Zane? If you had to pick on, bet on one team.
If we're just like fully healthy teams, probably CNels. He just has a very good starting lineup, but not a lot of depth.
Yeah, I think if his team stays healthy, that's just the biggest thing, health on his team.
Yeah, he doesn't have much depth.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, after him...
Maybe Narwhals.
Yeah.
I'd have to check his team again, but yeah, him or Tim or Kelp.
Yeah, I think in this team, in this tier for me, you got CNLs, Narwhals, Kelp, and Jai. In no particular order, with just those 4, I think, are in a tier at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are all contenders, and there's going to be...
I'll throw Bakes in the question mark row.
Yeah, Bakes and...
you think Tim is a question mark, or you think he's a contender? I have to check his team again.
I have to check his team, actually.
I guess that's we don't know. That's a question mark.
Tim might be a contender. I'm not sure.
Tim can definitely be a contender. Tim's got some... He's got a lot of pieces.
Got a lot. Yeah, I'd throw
especially if RJ Harvey is good. I mean, as long as he has Jaden Daniels. I mean,
yeah. Although he did put Jaden Daniels on the trade block. Yeah, I'd put Tim in contenders as well.
Jaden Daniels gave him a funny look. Didn't like that. Put him on the trade block. Pawn shop might move him. You never know.
You never doubt the pawn shop.
I think with Bakes, Bakes is kind of the same as Zane for me. Like, Bakes doesn't really trade. He just holds on to his picks generally, and like doesn't trade for like win now players really. He just kind of is building up this team every year. It's getting a little stronger, but he has picked at the 103 several years in a row, I believe, or 104 in the early first. And for the tankers, I would put Hubsenberg, and then for the tanker question mark, I would put the cat.
I was like, I'm gonna add this row, tanker question mark. He's tanking, but maybe for 2027. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
Is this all 12 teams right here? I think it is 2, 4, 6, 8.
I think so. Yeah, and I feel like if anyone goes all in like any tier, they can move up one,
right?
For like a non-tanker. I mean, a tanker could like sell their picks and field a competitive lineup and move up a tier, I guess. Yeah, but
it would just be one tier though, so we move in with Bakes.
Yeah, I don't think CNels or Narwhals has too much.
I think they're out of picks. Yeah.
I think they have their 28 stuff though.
Okay. Yeah, Narwhals.
So he
has his first 29 on his second. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
And then
CNLs will hold on to his picks now.
Kelp, Jai, and I think actually Tim doesn't have too much left anymore.
Yeah, he already got rid of his first. It was a race and it was gone in seconds.
Yeah, I think Tim is still below Zane though.
Yeah.
So I think Tim is in that contender tier. Yeah, looks pretty good to me.
Could be interesting. Blind Fuzz the favorites, but Zane scary. Gotta watch out for him. And then a crew of contenders.
Oh yeah, there's 6 spots, and we'll see who all makes it for each division.
And Hubs and I threw in the towel. Didn't try this year.
Yeah,
got scared.
Another thing is, like, I think CNLs has a really good chance of making playoffs, even though sadly he's eluded it for several years in a row, just barely. I know it's rough for him, but
his division's weak.
But his division, it is him, it is Bakes, it is Berg, and it is Cat, and everyone is below him for these tiers here.
Yeah,
with 2 of them being
4
tankers.
free wins and then 2.
Yeah. So as long as he can beat out Bakes, he should be able to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then you got my division where everybody is competing. You got me, you got Kelp, you got Narwhals, and you got Tem. They're all in the contender.
Wow.
Yeah. So everybody
it'll be a battle.
Yeah, and then in Jai's you got Buzz and Zane, Jai, and then you got Hubs who's tanking. It's gonna be a sweaty division too.
It's just so hard every year.
It really is.
People wish they were in the Domino's division.
I mean, it was
autopilot to the playoffs.
Maybe. I think his team does need to stay healthy because I don't think he has that much depth. And if he can identify a good player and get him for cheap, like maybe trade his 28-second for a player that had one good week, take a chance on him, kind of like Puka week 1, and get like a player that is overlooked and gives him a consistent like wide receiver 2 or RB2 type of season or something, or even a 1. Yeah. It could really help his team out a lot. But
has anyone talked to him lately? He hasn't been very active, has he?
I messaged him recently.
Has he made a single trade in the whole offseason, I wonder?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of just hibernating right now.
Yeah.
He's just chilling. But I messaged him like a week or 2 ago.
Because I know one player, like Fuzz got Montgomery from Cat for 21st second. That's the player, CNL's also going to try to get. But maybe he just wants to hold his picks for the next draft, so could do that too.
Yeah. Look, he'll have the last laugh if this draft is an all-time bust.
Can our entire division miss the playoffs? They could all miss it, right?
No, the top of the division always makes it in.
So either Kev or CNLs will make it.
Yeah, so you could have 4 tankers in a division, and the tanker that's the least good at tanking will make it into the playoffs. And then by some miracle, they could make a run and get the trophy.
It'd be a dream, like first matchup in the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah. I can just watch and not stress about this year.
Next
year's draft.
Yeah, tanking is pretty chill. Like you just, if your player starts doing well, just try to trade them off. And
tanking definitely requires a lot of patience. Like you did really well, just kind of like waiting, and then trading with high value and waiting. I need to wait better.
Yeah, it's really tough. You never know when the perfect opportunity is gonna come up, or if it even is. Sometimes you have to create it. Sometimes it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to know.
Yeah, definitely takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
The most patient players are maybe Zane and you, just because Zane's patient because he doesn't trade at all, he just waits for the draft, and you're patient because you tanked pretty successfully. waited
I
for
have
high
I
value
have
trades.
I have spurts of patience, but
Okay.
like with Brock Bowers, like I was messaging Fuzz, we were sending offers back and forth. He knew I wanted him, and
Yeah.
like a month passes or so, and then they do it again, and I'm like, or I think I told him like, oh, I'm probably gonna wait till, because I think he wanted Lamb, I wanted Bowers, and I'm like, I think I want to wait till the season because I think Lamb might have more value then. And then the next day, I just woke up feeling dangerous, and I was like, let's get a deal done. Like, let's make this trade.
Yeah, you paid a high price, but he really holds down your tight end position. It should be worth it for you. But it's nice for him to win probably.
Yep.
But that was kind of your weak spot in your team was tight end, right? So now it's locked down.
Yep. I love
pretty spicy when the two top teams make a trade, a big trade.
Yep. That's fun.
Any other topics to cover? I guess I'm quickly talk about the cat tank. Looks like it all started with a trade with Jai.
Okay.
And you traded him 2 firsts, a third and a fifth, or Henry, Sennett, and Worthy. I guess you wowed him, and then it just kind of kickstarted his whole. I guess that kickstarted his whole tanking journey.
I thought it was good for both. He gets the 2 firsts. I think Worthy's a good piece. Not, could be something.
Yeah,
people were high on him last year. He didn't do anything his first year.
Yeah, he'd always told me he wants 2027. That's his tanking year. And so when when you offer him those 2 firsts, he's like, whoa.
He's like, you got to do it. And then Derrick Henry is a good piece that people want.
And then at that point, it's like, may as well continue tanking, I guess. So he just kept going.
Did you offer him the 2 firsts, the third for that, and then he countered with the 5th?
I can't remember exactly what it was. I think
that 5th was pivotal for the trade for sure.
I was originally going for Worthy instead. And then he threw in Henry and wanted more, and I countered with it. I think I wanted the 4th as well if he wanted all that.
I see.
Yeah, those 4th and 5th are deal breakers on trades.
I was like, sure, I'll take Derrick Henry. He's a good trading piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Then,
so that's the one that
Nico
started
Collins
it all.
Too.
Yeah.
And then you got Nico for 2 firsts and a second. Yeah. Big price, but Nico is pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
Once there's blood in the water, I just had I like Nico a lot too, so willing to pay.
Then the Sharks came circling. Fuzz got Sutton. Fuzz got Monty. Hollywood Brown. Clyde got Tua and James Conner.
I like the Monty one. He got really good value.
Yeah, I saw the Monty one, and I'm like, I need to get Connor if I can.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like.
And you got Tua too.
I think just Monty.
I did.
If he stays healthy,
for a late second, 4th, Lane was really good value, and you got Hollywood too.
Mm-hmm.
And losing Bryant's not that big of a deal because who knows if he works out or not. You never know.
Yeah, it's just like if Bryant is the next Puka, it's like, oh well, like I missed out, but
odds are he's not.
Odds are a late 4th just is gonna turn into nothing. So.
But the best trade was probably Cal. He got Jonnu and Wan'Dale Robinson. That's the winning trade from the Cat. Right there.
That's a good one.
Now Jonnu is pretty sleepy though. Pretty sleeper value.
Yeah.
Like not a very sexy name, but he gets the job done.
I was thinking about going after Jonnu too, but I have so many tight ends. It's like, do I need another? I kind of wanted another, but I didn't pull the trigger fast enough. I didn't have too much I wanted to trade that I thought Cat would want though.
And Fuzz got Mooney dirt cheap, a 3rd and a 4th for Mooney, and he's like getting 90+% of snaps, wide receiver 2 on the Falcons. I mean,
yeah,
pretty good value.
Yeah,
the Sharks be circling.
Oh yeah, I woke up at like 9 a.m. that day, and I just saw that trade, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like the Monty one.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get in the Cat's DMs.
The Cat be selling fire sale. This is all within a couple of days. He sold so much stuff.
Yep. He tried so hard to get his first back too.
So what first does he have next year? The cat.
He has 2 of them, I think, but they're not his.
Right.
It's got Jais and Narwhals.
But he'll probably be the contender for the 2027 first, unless someone else joins the tank.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got his sights set on that 27-101.
Yeah.
Can you get Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams?
Ooh. I don't know.
Who's Ryan Williams?
Alabama wide receiver. They're like both 18, the 2 best wide receivers in college.
But they're sophomores right now, or they're about to be juniors, or are they about
to be sophomores. They were both true freshmen, 18 years old, and like the 2 best wide receivers last year in college.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
Guy's got his eye on those college prospects.
I'm really interested in those 2044 picks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Just kidding.
That when Puka's son will be in the draft at that point.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get him.
All right, Jai, you had 2 truths and a lie for trade offers, right? Jai.
Oh, my mic wasn't working.
Oh
yeah, I thought that was kind of a funny idea.
Yeah, I put it together too for me.
Yeah, mine were based on last year's class, last year's draft picks, random offers that were sent to me. One of them was you have to basically decide or decipher which one's not true of these offers that were given to me. I'm gonna make up one. Somebody offered me Derrick Henry for my 103. Somebody else offered me Dalton Schultz in the 111 for my 103. And then somebody offered me 3/4 for Jaden Reed.
I'm just typing it up.
2 of those are true.
Okay.
Jaden Reed for 2/4. All right.
Jaden Reed for 3/4.
3?
3/4.
That's just insulting at that point.
Oh wait, and actually, I'm sorry. The 103. Actually, it's the 104, and they wanted a third too.
For which one? 1 or 2?
For Schultz. And then the Derrick Henry one's for the 103. Sorry, I had it mixed up.
Well, based on the correction for number 2, I'm guessing that one might have been correct, unless it's a fake suss out correction.
It could be
no.
I guess the lie is probably number 1. That's my guess.
Derrick Henry for the 103, Schultz 111 for 104 and a third. Jaden Reed for 3/4.
That's just insulting.
Yeah. I'll go Derrick Henry for the 103 as well.
That is correct. They actually offered me Derrick Henry a 4th and Deneric Prince for the 103.
Oh wow.
Oh, Deneric Prince.
All right, I've got 3 as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Got Brock Bowers for a 108, 208, and 308.
Oof.
Is that for 2025 players?
Yeah. Yeah, this for 25 picks. And then you got the 101 for 2025. For Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kyle Pitts, and Khalil Shakir. And then you've got Trevor Lawrence, A.J. Brown, and a 25 first. That was the 107, sorry. For Drake May and Bijan Robinson.
So were these real offers from our main league or like a different league?
It's not all just the main league.
Okay.
It's just in my inbox.
I was making sure. Number 3, I was like, that doesn't make sense for our league. Because Bois is Bijan right now. I was like, he doesn't know Drake May. But number 3 was either a different league or a Well, the first one was definitely pretty insulting because why would you give up Bowers for the 108? I wrote this correctly at 108, 2808.
Yeah.
I feel like they were trying to really, I don't know, swindle you on that one. That's a insta reject probably.
I'll say the second one's the lie. I don't really know, but I'm just gonna say that one. 101 for Amon-Ra, Pitts, and Shakir.
Yeah, I'd say that's the lie too.
It is the lie.
I was like, Kelp doesn't even want to trade the 101. He's not even going to give you that offer.
Yeah, so that's the 101. I knew Kelp wouldn't make that offer just because it's Kelp.
Hell, the other two are real.
But on this one, Trevor Lawrence, AJ Brown. So which side were you on number 3? You have...
I have Drake May and Bijan.
That's a tough one to evaluate.
And I'm pretty sure it's the 107. It just on the screenshot I had, it just says a 25 first. So I think it's just a mid first. But even if it was like a 102, I would still take Drake May and Bijan over it. So
okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Hey, it's at least something to think about. It's like not a hard reject. But
it was a pretty hard reject.
Okay. Because T-Law, obviously, his value is not that great. Now, May looks pretty good. Bijan's obviously great. Yeah, I can understand having the 3 side. It has to be like another pick on the AJ Brown side or something. But the Bowers one, that's funny. I don't know.
Yep.
It's just like, close the DM when I see that one. Who's the 108? Who was the 108? Is that Hubs or guy? I'm trying to figure who that was.
It was say names here.
They tried. They tried. Respect the attempt.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah.
It was recently after I acquired Bowers as well. I mean, I acquired him pretty recently, so
yeah.
So
it's like, hold up, I just gave up CD Lamb in the first, and you're offering me this?
Yeah.
That's way worse than CD Lamb in the first.
It's almost like CD Lamb for the 208 and the 308. If you're breaking it down, but
they gotta up those prices, up the offer. Let me see some other trades that have gone down. Recent activity trades. Narwhals was circling my team. He got some pretty good deals, to be honest. I sold pretty cheap. Maybe that'll help him in his playoff run. Getting Godwin and Ridley. Any other trades for Narwhal?
At the old folks' home.
I gave him Taysom Hill for a 5th. Yeah, C-Nels. What trade was this? AJ Brown, Chase Brown. Is this like old or recent? Or
March 10th.
So you got AJ Brown, Tyler?
Wait. No, I traded him away.
Oh, I forgot about this trade. That's pretty good for C-Nels. AJ Brown and Chase Brown. I kind of forgot you don't have Chase. I forgot you don't have AJ Brown anymore, Tyler. Is that right?
I threw all the Browns away.
Wow. Why would you do that?
At first, it was about getting my first back line, and I'm just trading it away anyways.
Snip, snap. And then Kev.
I was trying to sell Chase Brown. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted AJ Brown either. I was trying to sending out offers.
That's pretty nice for C-Nels. Good pieces for this year. I mean, Chase Brown should be fire, and AJ Brown too.
I was worried about Chase Brown before the draft, like the Bengals drafting a running back.
Yeah.
I think in Philly, like AJ Brown's values regressed quite a bit with they're just gonna keep pounding the ball heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Saquon tax. Oh, I did look it up for that first that I said 107. It was actually 108. So it was T-Law, AJ Brown, and the 108 for Drake May and Bijan.
Yeah, not quite there.
Not even close.
Like Kev,
not for me, at
I
least.
see one offer from one trade for Kev. It was for Lamar, the sleeping giant of Burrows.
That was an insane. I did not see Kevin making too many trades, and just for like big Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hype for Kev. So I asked him, I was like, "Are you interested in Lamar?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And like a couple of weeks later, I just sent him the offer, and he accepted it like within a couple of minutes. I'm like, "Whoa."
That's crazy.
That's fast turnaround. You accept.
Yeah, I guess with Kev with Lamar, let me see his team here.
I had no idea he loved Lamar so much.
Lamar definitely makes him more of a contender because between him and CNels for that number one spot, he's got Lamar, Gibbs, Chuba Hubbard. Chuba could have a good year. JSN, and then you got Josh Downs, Jalen McMillan, who probably shouldn't be starting.
I looked at his lineup. He has Tetura on the bench right now.
Oh, so that's right. I forgot. Yeah, he's got
properly set.
Yeah, okay. He's got Ted on the bench, so it would be Ted instead of McMillan. Does he have a better tight end than Ferguson?
He also has Higgins on the taxi, so maybe he'll start.
And Golden in the taxi.
Golden, okay. Yeah, he could challenge CNLs.
Should be interesting battle. A matchup to watch.
But yeah, let's see. He's got 26 second, third, fourth, fifth, and 27 second, third, fourth, fifth, and 28 for second, third, fourth, fifth. If he just traded a couple of those seconds or like that first and got like a good contending piece, I think he moves up a tier.
I tried to sell him Hawkinson too, but he didn't respond to that one. Only responded to the Lamar offer.
He just had eyes for Lamar.
And then he was done. Yeah. What's Hubs been up to? Oh, the Goff Dart trade is hype.
Oh yeah.
Oh, then before the draft, he did that trade with you. I didn't think it was bad, so I was kind of sleepy. I was like, kind of snoozy. Whenever I see the trade pending, I like to see something exciting. It was like kind of some swaps. Like,
Oh, that was so I moved up from the 108 to the 107.
Yeah, which is kind of nice, just going up that one spot, just in case you never know who's there.
Yeah, and then I think I moved down from like a 205 to the 211, something like that. I think so.
But then it was like kind of a second round swap. Him and Fuzz.
Yeah, it was the first swap. I go up one spot in the first, and then he goes up like 5-6 spots in the second. I
guess we'll see how
I like it for me.
That's different years for the second, I think, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
26 for 26.
Oh, right. It's the 10. That's right.
And if he gets like fourth place, then it's like at the 108 or 208. Yeah. We'll see.
I think with that second, he basically got a.
Yeah, because I got the two. So I got the 107 and the 211.
Oh, so he got like a future second.
He got the 108 because he had the 107. So you got the 108 and then a second that could be anything, but likely gonna be 104 at best. And
the 211 you traded me was part of the Cam Ward deal.
Or 204. Sorry, 207. Yeah. 204 at best, and then 212 at worst is what he got.
Pretty good for you because that 107 you ended up trading to John and got a package. Or if it was the 108, maybe you can do that, maybe you can't. Never know.
Right.
That's a butterfly effect for Hubs right there.
Yep. Thank you, Hubs, for making that trade with me and made things happen the way they did.
Yeah, you should like add in some music on that part for Clyde saying thank you. Be funny.
What kind of music?
Just some like ambient guitar music.
Yeah, it's crazy the butterfly effect that trades can have. I feel like there's just certain ones where it's like someone wants a player. Like, I was holding Bo Melton and I made that trade with Narwhals last year with the Bo Melton in there. And it's just
no, what was that trade?
It's the, I don't know if we talk about it. No.
You don't remember the Bo Melton Classic?
I got the 107.
What?
So Narwhals didn't. Look, whenever there's a 107 involved, I have something to do with it. Narwhals didn't want the 107. He didn't like the players there, whatever. So him and I made a deal. I get the 107. He gets my 203 and Bo Melton and Mike Williams. This was a year ago before.
Okay, yeah, I remember this.
Or during the draft, but it was there was a lot of rioting in the chat, and I smash accepted it. I liked it for my side. I did take Jonathan Brooks with it, and I wish I would have taken like Jaden Daniels or someone, but on paper, I like it for me, and it could have worked out for him if Bo Melton became like a solid receiver on the Packers. I mean, he still could, but I think he cut him to waivers. And then Mike Williams, he took a couple gambles and then moved down several spots to 203, but there's a chance it would have worked out in his favor. But I think on paper it generally would work out in my favor.
Yeah, that was a funny trade. He's on my team currently. After Narwhal put him on waivers, I just like swooped him up.
Oh yeah, I see. Well,
that was just funny.
Okay, maybe he makes a resurgence.
I kind of just picked him up for the memes.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't want him on the waivers. Yeah.
What if he drops like 15 or 20 points week 1? You could trade him back to Narwhals.
On the depth chart, it shows him as the 3rd, and that is wide receiver 3. He's at the very bottom of the depth chart. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's how it works, right? Like, because Matthew Golden is obvious, like, he's the bottom wide receiver 3. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but it's just like,
you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other topics to go over, or
who's Tim gonna trade Jaden Daniels to?
Whoa!
You want to know my theory? I think Tim's trying to win it all this year, and with Jaden Daniels, he has a chance. But if he can trade Jaden Daniels and get like 2 or 3 pieces that are contending, he might have a better chance of winning this year. But it is pretty spicy because I think Daniels is, especially going into Superflex, he's pretty valuable.
That'll be sad to see him, Jaden Daniels, get traded.
It could just be bait, though. It's hard to know. Tim really likes some players, and sometimes he falls out of love with them too. Like with Pickens, he's kind of over him for a while. Seemed like.
Zane in the chat said that trade was disgusting. The Bo Melton one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But it created a memory, a very funny one.
It did.
Oh, Melton. Narwhals has the hot takes, and sometimes he's right with the takes.
Yeah. Narwhals is gonna make a trade like that, and everyone's gonna riot and say it's horrible. Narwhals, made a mistake or whatever, and then he's gonna come out on top, and then he's gonna be able to talk about it for like 20 years.
And so far as Caleb Williams slander and Marvin Harrison slander isn't too far off, but maybe he'll get proven wrong in the future. But Year one, he has the victory on year one for his slander, probably.
Yeah. I think Caleb didn't have a bad season, but he didn't have a great one either. It's decent.
Yeah, he'll definitely need to improve more this year.
Yeah, if he doesn't take a step forward this year with all the extra help and the
coaching, O-line, weapons,
yeah, all the and
like everything feels
probably
better.
So many weapons now.
Yeah, maybe too many weapons.
He's overwhelmed who to throw to.
Next is going to be they had no running back.
Yeah.
Beyond race.
Maybe the Bears wow a team and just trade for a hot running back.
Whoa. I guess they can probably rely on Swift and Roschon enough to get by.
Yeah.
Did you have any other thoughts, Jai? About anything?
Nothing else. I'm just twiddling my thumbs, waiting for football season.
Hell yeah!
Can't sit here and wait. I gotta make a trade. I gotta do something. I gotta use this energy somewhere.
Are we doing any best ball drafts? Should we try to do one in June or July?
Well, Fuzz relinquished his commissioner powers on the best ball draft, and I believe he's given one to Kelp and one to Hubs.
Okay.
Maybe one to somebody else. I think it's just them two right now.
So it's up to us to step up and host it.
I believe so, yeah. Fuzz is no longer commissioning any leagues that I know of. He could be commissioning some other leagues that I'm not in, but gave me control of the full control of the keeper.
And
I
guess we'll have eyes on that one coming August or something. That'll be a fun draft.
Yeah. Yeah, for keeper, I'm gonna just have one more bridge year and just make it really simple. Basically, you keep two player because we were doing like the franchise before and the other one. So basically this year you can keep any two players. Doesn't matter what round you could keep, first and second round, you could keep 13th, 14th round, but you just can't keep that one other player that you didn't franchise. So from the previous year for this year, and then going forward, it's like you can just keep any two. Just any two regardless. And
even if you kept them before, you can keep keeping them or no?
Yeah, you can just keep keeping them if you kept them before if you want. So it's just going to be simpler, and the only exception is like if you trade for a player, like say I drafted Bowers in like the 4th round last year, and then I also traded to get like DeAndre Swift in the 4th. And I want to keep DeAndre Swift and Bowers both in the 4th. One of them would move up to the 3rd because you only have one 4th spot. Other than that, there won't be any pick moving. It'll be the goal is to make it as simple as possible. Just keep any two, and that's basically just going to be it.
Oh yeah, I had a question, you guys. What was your favorite highlight video this year that I made?
Pull those up.
Just first that comes to mind. I don't know.
The Judkins.
If none comes to your mind.
No, Judkins comes to mind. That was a pretty fire one.
Oh, the intro, yeah.
Well, just the whole thing I liked.
Judkin ones was hype. I like the Tet one a lot. I like the intro. The edit with the Dark Knight.
The Dark
was so
Knight.
Good. Just the editing on it fit the screen so well, and just that kind of expression he had. He looked kind of evil for a moment there.
Which one was that?
I don't know. Tet McMillan.
I'll have to rewatch
104.
it. And first, the Scatterboo one was hype as well.
Oh yeah, the Scatterboo one was really hype. I was thinking like in a couple years when the AI is more more accessible, where you can make like AI videos, you can make some banger intros with give me a football player, give me Lord of the Rings, and make a AI video out of it. Could be
that's
wild.
my ideas. I've been trying that, and it just isn't there yet.
It's not there yet, but I think it will be in maybe 3 to 5 years. Could be sooner. because AI is still advancing pretty rapidly, so some of the video stuff can be pretty good. But I think right now it's I think it's mostly like either really paywalled or just it's not available for everyone yet.
I remember Hubs really liked his. Was his the Color Warren one? Yeah, they were really happy. Did a good job. That's hype.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Wait, partially blocked? Some of those videos are partially blocked.
Yeah, for like certain regions, like a certain country will block it because of the song.
Interesting.
The Travion Henderson one, I had to cut out the entire intro because
that sucks.
That episode of The Office was blocked.
Yeah, I really like the Caleb Johnson video.
Yeah,
I like the Luther Burden one a lot too. Although the intro is pretty heavy, so I only like watch it once. Like you know, unlike the like say Bowers video that I probably watched like 100 times.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's a one and done kind of intro for the Burden one, but the highlights are great.
I wanted to redo that one, but I ended up just leaving it. I kept going to other players.
I really like the Travis Hunter video too. The intro is funny, and I like the highlights too, of course.
Yeah, it turned out the way it did. I was hoping to have it turn out a little differently. I had that idea in my head of him just like having a speech and just going 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, like slower and then faster and faster. And turned out okay.
Oh, the Caleb Johnson intro was the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
I just had so many Lord of the Rings ideas. I just had to act on them sometimes.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it'd be cool if you did all Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I probably could. I'm the biggest Lord of the Rings fan in the league, probably.
And Hubs, right? Doesn't Hubs love Lord of the Rings? Or?
Hubs likes it a lot.
Probably.
Yeah.
You stand your ground, Caleb Johnson running through.
Oh yeah.
My video editing skills and highlights. Your Photoshop isn't that good yet for making it look too real.
You'll get there. You got the potential, the drive. I think you make really good videos. And the editing is great.
Yeah, that's fire. Okay, actually, before I wrap things up now, I just saw the time.
All right.
Thankfully, there's no work tomorrow, so that's the good part.
Well, your clock's 3 hours ahead. You gotta look at that.
He's in the future.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's the 26th for you.
Wait, 26th?
Yeah, it's May 26th for you, but it's only May 25th for me.
Yeah.
Just try to do
You're in the future.
Try to do like one pod a month until the season starts. I don't know, or maybe 1 or 2 more before the season starts.
That'd be hype.
Oh yeah.
Probably like I don't know when that first best ball is going to go down, but after that would probably be a good one too.
Yeah, that's true.
Or even just if we could rope anybody that is hard to get on here, like Tim.
Tim would be great.
That's an immediate pod. You get Tim and Narwhals on there.
Oh, any pod Bobby's on, I'm listening to.
Or Bobby,
yeah.
Tim and Narwhals, getting them both at the same time is like Mission Impossible. They're hard. They're hard to reel in.
Yeah. Narwhals is a great listen to.
Yeah,
Narwhals is always great. I think all the guys have some good content that they can contribute.